Hello everyone, Scottish Lad here and welcome back to Scottish Lad Darts channel. Today's video I'm going to be doing something slightly different. Obviously it's a darts review, but it's sort of a retro or a throwback to review because these darts are no longer available unless you're on the second hand market. Manufactured by Red Dragon, and it is the one and only Andrew Gilding Red Dragon in 25 grammes. You'll get a better close up in the close up section of course. As you can see, one main area grip, gold and titanium coated, black points and the aluminium stem and black hardcore flight setup. The grip level is adequate, can't fault it. The only thing is if you're a front or middle gripper, the middle gripper's not too bad, but if you're a front gripper and you throw at the front of the dart, these are not going to work for you at all because it's completely smooth and it tapers, so it will just slip out your fingers unless you have a very tight grip. No O-rings supplied with the darts, so these just spin very, very freely, which is a bugaboo when it comes to aluminium stems. But without further ado, folks, let's crack on with the review. Here we go, folks. Got a nice close-up look to the Red Dragon Andrew Gilding. Obviously, this is a bit of a throwback. These darts are no longer produced, so it's a retro review I'm trying to do here. Now, as you can see, it's a fairly simplistic style, with a torpedo shape and of course one area of grip, which is fantastic for those of you who like finger placement on an exact place every single time. Comes supplied with a black coated point and 26mm, as you can see there. We've got a look at the actual dart itself, and as you can see, quite synonymous with Andrew Gilding, roughly the area where he throws. I think he's actually moved his grip slightly further back, which you will see in the Cosmo Andrew Gilding review, which I'm planning on doing sometime this week as well. They come supplied with these Red Dragon aluminium stems, which as you can see don't have the O-ring, so these just spin pretty freely in and out. And the black hardcore flights. Now they do come with two sets of the flights and stems, as well as obviously the darts themselves, and as you can see, the darts there are a pretty nice looking dart. Now the dimensions of these, so the length from here where the point meets the barrel to here where the stem meets the barrel is 43.2mm. So as you expect, a short stubby dart considering that width, ranges from kind of this area at 6.3 all the way back to the widest point round about this area at 8mm. So a chunky torpedo slash bomber style dart, depending on what you call it. Now, as you can see with that grip there, it's simply just a razor grip throughout the entirety of the grip section. And that razor grip is pretty sharp, pretty aggressive feeling. I'll say it's level 3.5 on a scale of 1 to 5. The only thing about razor grip though is it does tend to get beaten up rather quickly, unfortunately. But other than that, it looks absolutely fantastic when it's first there in terms of grip level. Now obviously, from someone who's going to grip at this section every single time, you've got a very adequate level of grip. We've got the Red Dragon logo in there as well, and it's the old Red Dragon logo. They no longer use this logo on their darts. Now, these are 90% tungsten as well, and I'm pretty sure they only came available in 25 gram. And the price at that point, I'm assuming they're only going to be around that £40 mark. I can't imagine them being any more expensive than that. But as you can see, simple dart for a simple man in Andrew Gilding. But I've gave you some of the necessary information of the Andrew Gildings by Red Dragon in this retro review. So without further ado, folks, let's move on to the Frone section. Right guys, here we are in the Frone section for the Red Dragon Andrew Gilding. And as you can see on the left, we have the supplied setup, so the aluminium stems and the hardcore black flights. And on the right, we have the my setup, which is the K-Flex stem flight system on the darts. Now, the aluminium stems were bugging me because there's no O-ring and they just spin out freely. You need an O-ring for these. It's obviously been an oversight by Red Dragon at the time because at the time my aluminium stems were quite big in comparison to now. But personally, if you had a set of these or you want to get a set of these second hand and they don't come with a supplied setup, I don't recommend using that supplied setup. But in terms of the darts, slightly front weighted dart as you can imagine with that kind of bulbous front-ish end. The grip's a level 3.5 on a scale of 1 to 5, and as you'll notice when I'm using the aluminium stems, they do tend to land quite upright in the board in comparison to when I'm using the K-Flex. They kind of land still at an angle, just not as big an angle. The way I like to throw as well is I've got the majority of that grip at the back, which is fantastic. And with the K-Flex, I just felt there was a wee bit more stability with them, and the shorter stem suits me down to the ground in comparison to a medium aluminium stem. But let me know what you think of the Gildings. I've gave you everything I think of these in the Frone section, and I'll see you, of course, when we get wrapped up. And there we go, folks. That was my throwback review, or retro review, whatever you want to call it, of the Red Dragon Andrew Gildings in 25g. I do have his Cosmo ones, which a subscriber sent to me to review, so the Cosmo review will be coming this week as well. And I'm going to do a comparison video of both darts as well, because as you can see, it is truly a really nice looking set of darts, and the Cosmo ones are just as nice. The only difference is the grip, and the dimensions are slightly different. And obviously they don't come with stem and flights like these on the Cosmo ones. But let me know what you think of the Andrew Gildings in the comments section. And obviously what you think of Andrew Gilding as a player. A lot of people don't like him for the way he walks and stuff like that. But personally, fantastic player in my opinion. He does have his quirks, but what player doesn't have a quirk to their persona? But while you're down there, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and of course consider becoming a member by checking out that membership tab on my YouTube channel, or consider just pressing join while you're watching this video, because if you're watching it landscape, vertical, sorry, there will be a button down where the subscribe button is. It says join. If you click on that, you can become a member for as little as $3.99 a month, which gets you entered into free monthly giveaways. You get all the content early before everyone who isn't members, and you get member only posts as well. So it's up to you guys. If you can afford it, then please consider it. It really helps me, and it helps keep this channel ticking over with the necessary stuff that I need to do the videos. But thanks everybody for taking the time to watch the video, no matter where you are in the world. Stay safe out there, and of course, keep on that.